Nope. Nope.
Hey, what's up guys, my name is Assassin and welcome back to another episode of Survarium. So, the 0.40 update is finally here. It brings a lot of new content to the game, also a lot of new attachments, and I think a lot of extra time that you can spend in this game without getting bored. So, they also changed around the UI in the game quite a lot actually. So, let's have a look at that first. Right from the start you can see that the whole loading screen has actually changed, quite modern. I think you can log in of course still with your Steam or with your actual Survarium account. So, and then we have this whole new UI. You can immediately see this. Normally we're in like a bunker, now you're more in like a hangar. I think it's really cool. So let's just go around and take a look. So here you have your level, of course. You can still see your XP. Then you have your coins. You can still convert gold to silver. And then of course your gold. Your home. Whenever you press that, you get back to this screen. Then you have your faction. You can now still choose all of them, and they even give this information, which I think they did before, but not 100% sure on that. So yeah, right now I'm with the black market. You can see here the progression. So then we go to skills. They have changed it a little bit around. So now you have these tabs. These are still locked. So this is still kind of the same. It does look a little bit more modern. They have tweaked around some of the actual statistics of the perks. They have made them a little bit more balanced. As the general thing, so you still have all of your things. Whenever you reload the game, your stats will be reset, or at least the perks, so you can choose again. Normally that would cost you money, but this time they do it for free. If you press that clear, you can see 25,000 credits or 80 gold, so we're not going to do that. Then we go to the equipment slot, which is probably the thing that has changed the most. So you can still, as you can see here, view your character, which is quite nice, and I still think the game looks absolutely beautiful. So yeah, at first it might be a little bit confusing, but like here you can select all of the different pieces of gears and all of the different classes of weapons. They are all from high to low, and you can even filter them out on faction. I usually show all. So let's just go to a weapon then, shall we? For instance, this Viclops. We go to, so you still have your things, you sell, dismantle, and the workshop and apply. But now if you go to workshop, you can see you have these modules. So yeah, you still also have these mods. Nothing really changed with that. I think they also tweaked around the stats for that to make it a little bit more balanced. But the cool thing starts here. So right now we have the stock scope equipped, which you can see. There is a 6x, 2x, 3x, 8x, and then there is a kind of a variable scope. Yeah, and right there you can see it's either 400 gold or 125 kills, which is a lot. And this all goes all the way to 2500 kills, which is just ridiculous. A lot of people are complaining about it because it's just way too much. And that's another thing. The higher the tier the weapon, the more kills. So we'll go to a level 2 or tier 2 weapon in just a second. So you can see also, if I flip it this way, you can see it a little bit better. You have the heavy barrel, which looks awesome, especially on this weapon. You have your long barrel, which just, oh man, looks really nice, but unfortunately it takes 1875 kills or 400 gold, which is roughly €4. And then you have also your under mount attachments. So basically all of the weapons have the potato grip, laser, and some sort of optic or thing. So let's go, this is a level 3 weapon, you can see a little bit more, and I actually unlocked some of it. So we go to the workshop. You can see it does look really nice. I think I've maxed out this. So yeah, you can see all of the attachments. It's actually, oh yeah, right here you can see it's only 35 kills instead of what it was, I don't know, 1600 for the Viclops. And you can even put on a silencer on this one. Let's see. Yeah, I still need to unlock that, but that will be very, very nice. And also this is cheaper to unlock with gold. It's only 20 credits of gold. So let's go back then. There was one more thing. Oh yeah, the shotguns. You can take a quick look. They have some muzzle, some other things than other guns. So you have the duck bill, it says, the chokes. That's the word I'm looking for, so to make your spread a little bit tighter. This one doesn't have a silencer, but there are shotguns with silencers, so that's really nice. And the rest didn't really change. You can go, if you do go here, you can still apply the paint and decals, but they give also extra experience, which I think is really cool. You can't buy them anymore. All the things you had, you still have, but you need to unlock them. We'll talk about that in just a second. And also a cool thing is these two weapons take the same ammunition, but if I go to this class, these two take different ammunition. So of course you still have your normal rounds and then your armor piercing rounds, and then you can select how much ammo you want for each weapon by sliding this around. So that's really nice. We'll go back to that. Here you have the supplies, your medkits, your nades and other things. As far as I can tell, they don't cost money anymore, and you also, they don't cost money. You have this thing here right now. So right now it's like every time you play a match, it will cost this much to repair, ammunition, all that stuff, regardless of how well you do or how much you use a certain gun. And that was a big complaint before. You can see this is really cheap, and then this is extremely cheap. As before. Every time you shot, especially the Viclops, was like literally 100 credits each shot. And a lot of people complained about just getting negative scores at the end. So change that around a little bit. So let's go to the shop. This has also changed quite a lot. So you can now select, of course, all the factions, and then you can slide this with the levels, and it even gives a little bit of a description. So yeah, still all the stuff all the same. They didn't really add any gear or weapons, unfortunately, and that's also probably a thing why a lot of people don't really seem to be happy about this update. It's either you love it or you hate it. So let's see, we have all. So then the clan stuff, it's still basically the same, nothing really that interesting. But then the award system, which is kind of cool because it was already in the game, but it didn't really mean anything. But yeah, right now you can see, for instance, this is doping. Level 5, restore more than 300% health in a life. Your reward is the Tree of Life decal, which if you apply it to your character, you will get 1% extra experience, which is a little low. I would have loved to see it a little bit higher, but you can apply a total of 6, so 6% extra experience. Or I think there are also faction things. I'm not 100% sure on those, but yeah, that is nice. And then of course you have your shop with your premium, and then you can still change your like facial expression a little bit. Costs 250 credits. We're not going to do that. So we have all done all of this. Also the settings menu has changed a little bit. I don't really know if the new renderer is already in game, because as far as I can tell the graphics still look exactly the same. So I did hear some people say it wasn't. So then this other, let's go to these things. So the bottom one is for your boosters. They cost 20 credits or gold. They only last 5 matches, whereas before they did last 24 hours. I think this is either good or bad. I think I like the idea of matches, because you can just play whenever you want. But I think going from 24 hours to 5 matches is a little bit unfair, especially if I think the price is still the same. Then you have your things. These are like your artifact collector, your pills, all that stuff. And now you can activate it and rebuy it. And I think this is really useful, because we will go and I'll show you a sniper clip, because there is a lot of idle sway when you are running and you still have the 25% like bonus if you play a squad, then you have your notifications whenever you complete a mission or match, it will say it right here. Then you have your missions, so yeah, that's all still the same, and your friends, and you can now even see how long the battle is going on, so that's also nice. And that's basically it for like the menu, so I'll go in the game and I will show you some more new stuff. So right now we are in a match, or I'm voiceovering it, I should say, so you can see a little bit of the new gameplay. Gameplay wise there hasn't really changed that much. You could hear there the voiceover. You have now like quick commands. If you press, I think default is V, I'm not 100% sure, you can like attack, defend, you can say all that stuff. I think in English and Russian, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe even German, but I'm not 100% sure on that, like I said. You can see also the Cyclops has a new scope, which I think is definitely really nice. A lot better than the old one, maybe a little bit more unrealistic, but I don't really care. And there is also a lot of idle sway, especially when you scope in with a sniper. If you just like ran a little bit, it really wobbles from side to side, so that is why the pills are now really good. But yeah, like I said, gameplay wise, not really that much has changed. So yeah, I really like the update. The next one will probably be in about 2 or 3 months, and hopefully we'll see some more like actual game content. But please leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.